this Monday's Print Tips, we're going to be covering how to fix your print that has missing layers or holes in it. One of the most common reasons you're going to have holes in your print or missing layers in your print is because of issues with your extruder. I've had it before where my extruder motor shaft did not have the gear properly tight onto it. This means that whenever the extruder motor shaft would turn or retract, there'd be a little bit of free play, meaning that the extruder gear itself did not turn with it. So my first tip is to make sure that you take a look at your extruder setup and make sure there's no free play and all of the gears are attached properly. Next, on your extruder, you're going to want to make sure that the extruder idler is having enough tension on the filament. If it's not enough tension, it's going to be real loose, and then you're going to have slippage of the filament feeding through the extruder. Other reasons this could be happening is slicer related. For instance, if you're having this issue and you have retract at layer change turned on and you seem to always see the issue at the layer change, then you might want to play with turning that off. Also, coasting is one of the biggest culprits for holes being created at the end of every layer. Coasting is generally only recommended to be used when you're using a Bowden extruder. If you have a direct extruder setup, you're going to want to make sure coasting is turned off. Coasting is where it replaces the last part of an extrusion path with a travel path, so you're basically just using oozed material to finish your layer. And if you don't have a bunch of material oozing out of your nozzle between layers, then you're going to end up with a hole at the end of each layer. Another reason this could be happening is if you have a printer that does not have an all-metal hot end, meaning you're limited to around 250 degrees Celsius, you're going to want to make sure that your PTFE tube is pushed all the way down. If there's a little bit of a gap in your hot end where your PTFE tube should be pushed down through, that little gap will cause your filament to expand slightly and then get more resistance, meaning it's not going to extrude properly, meaning you're going to get under extrusion or temporary under extrusion, which is another word for missing layers. Along that same point, if you have debris or anything in your hot end or extruder that is causing an obstruction or a minor nozzle clog, this minor nozzle clog is going to cause friction and then also lead to temporary under extrusion or just overall under extrusion. Finally, if you built your own printer and you notice your stepper motor is overheating and getting really hot, that can also cause this issue as well. So to reiterate, I would first make sure you check your extruder to make sure it's all set up properly and no gears or free play turning. And then second, I would make sure that there is no debris or nozzle clog and maybe give your nozzle a good cold pull. Come back every Monday for more print tips from the Polymaker Scientist.